All right, team. Calling this one's going to be for you. This is game one that we just played against Carroll University. I didn't pick game one for any reason other than just first game, just starting with you. And for some reason, I remember wanting to do game two with Garrett, but yeah, starting with you. Here we go. Don't remember this game too particularly. I think that might be really loud. Let me lower this. I don't really need game audio too much. Okay, this is fine. That pass, like you were in the right position. I remember watching this live. Eli needed to hit that ball a little bit higher because if that rolls off, if it bounces off the backboard and gives you a roller, you score this every time. So you're in the right position to capitalize on that. Just take your time here, dude. You have all the time in the world. You can take your time to get a good possession. Just, just hit your brakes. You don't need to jump. Just go to where this ball's landing and just catch it on the hood of your car, roll down. You can get the boost and everything, take it up the wall. You do everything. So just slow down a little bit. You don't have to jump on that. They literally almost score off of your touch. You can't afford to do that. And then once this happens, you have two options. What I think is the best option is just slow down. You don't have a lot of boost. Just slow down. That shot's either going to go in or it's not. Just sit right here. Actually, so you have a few options. The shot's either going to go in or it's not. So you can either sit here and play the rebound, which if you would have just stayed here, you would be able to get to this ball, I think. Or you can go backboard and play shot. And then if you go backboard and play shot, I think you can save this as well. But you don't have time to go 2-goal on turnaround. You just don't have time. It's better to just sit. Even shadowing front post is really good. Like that's really good in ones and twos. So I know you know how to do that because you're pretty good at ones. So just shadow from front post there. Like that goal was 100% your fault. And I think in some of the other games you had a similar thing. You also just need to get better at this. You need to trust yourself. This is one of those things where you're not going to get better unless you push yourself. I know this is a collegiate match, so maybe you're just playing it safe. And this one, even if you put this on goal, I think Z-Rage Armadillo will be able to save it. It looks tempting off kickoff to just shoot it off the wall. If they play kickoff properly, this will never go in. They will always be back in time to save it. So you have to go for something advanced. I would try to just get a second touch on this. So if you just take this touch here without flipping, you'll have such an easier time controlling it. So just practice like when the ball's slightly off the wall like this. Just practice making those touches without flipping. I think that'll get you a lot of mileage. Because you're able to get a second touch. That's good. They should have been there, I'll be honest. But if you do that without flipping, it'll be much more consistent. So, careful about how often you go to ball cam or you go to guard cam. So you see that's hit. From the information you had, you have no idea if this Z-Rage Armadillo guy is jumping up to redirect this. You don't know if Garrett's getting beat. If this guy's jumping and Garrett's going to get beat by a redirect, you don't have time to grab this boost. You would have to grab pad and go for the save here. And you would be able to get it if that's the scenario that played out because they're shooting from midfield. And you're already going supersonic. And so you just need to wait and confirm what's happening before you commit to going to boost. This is like too greedy of a boost grab. Nice, good beat. I think don't commit, like don't jump unless you know you're gonna have it or know you have a better chance. I think before you jumped there, you could tell that you were gonna get beat up from your first touch when you had to like slam on your brakes to dodge the demo. So just don't jump. Just let them just drive at it like you're gonna fake. They're gonna boom it, and then you just drive back down. You can maybe grab this boost. You can maybe bump that guy. Swing, grab that boost all the way back. And you want to swing out wide here. You don't want to commit and then cut strong across like directly to back post. You want to swing wide and get these pads because you're still a passing option as you're over here. Like if the play comes over here and you can cut in and do stuff. So that's the path you want to take when you're first man there. I mean, it's not the end of the world. You still get this boost. No. This is way too aggressive. I know you want to get this demo here. I think you should wait. You have so much space here. You should wait to see if Eli catches this. If Eli possesses this, then you go for demo. Um, it's just way too greedy to turn like that. And I guess they did double commit, and that just shouldn't happen. But I think you can just wait a little bit longer before you go to demo. Like, I think you're just assuming Eli's going to catch it. Just confirm it. Wait for him to catch. Or if he told you to go for demo in this play, which I don't think he did, because I think there's miscommunication where he wanted you to shoot it right here because he misses. Just wait a little bit longer. You do get the demo, though. And it ends up being the goal, so it worked out. But, yeah, I would just... You just didn't have to go for it that immediately. Be careful on the way you take these kickoffs. Like, look where you're making your first contact on the ball. You're hitting it right here on the side. You want to try to hit a goal side if you can. I know the wave dash kickoff is a little bit tough because it's a little bit slower than a speed flip kickoff. This is why speed flip kickoff is better, and you should just learn it. But if you can, try to make your contact a little bit more on this side and flip across the ball goal side rather than flipping across here. Because this is very likely to pinch high off this wall and then at the goal. And that is the worst kickoff outcome for us that you could have. Luckily, you win it, but if he would have got one more slight touch, it would have done exactly what I said. So just be careful about that. You're going... Ooh, maybe you weren't going supersonic until you flipped one more time. But be careful about flipping too much. This is a mistake that a lot of Champ 3s and GC1s make, is they flip too much. Once you're going fast, like, that's fine. You're going fast enough. Because if you didn't flip again, you could have maybe gone for a bump on this guy. You could have gone to car cam and picked up pads and a demo on this guy and just had way more control over your car. But now that you're flip, you didn't get any of those pads. You have no control over it. Like, you would have bumped that guy if you just weren't flipping it on car cam. Or even not on car cam. Just all this on ball cam and just know where things are and like listen for his car and everything. And then you'd have more control coming this way. You'd have a little bit more boost. Now look where you are rotating back post now. I know Eli made it a little bit awkward because he rotated inside of you. But now you're like here where realistically you want to be coming in this way. Okay, so I'm going to go back to your perspective and see why you went for boost here. You're here. You see Eli there. I think you need to assume that Eli is going to grab this pad and rotate here. Eli should be the one grabbing boost here. You have a better angle to cover net here going this way than Eli does having to turn and go for this. So you should call him off and say that you're going front post. And Eli should be the one to go for boost here. This is an incorrect defensive decision from us. And that's why Eli was a little bit awkward right there. He could have got balled. Good patience on this. I think you're trying to put this off the backboard. This is the perfect opportunity to just jump to the side of it and then like redirect it out middle going backwards this way to our team rather than going off the backboard. If we can get a pass that goes this way, they will never expect it. Look at that. This guy's literally pointing the wrong way. GC2, people will be ready for that touch a little bit more. At your guys' rank in Champ, nobody is ready for you to not hit it at the backboard. If you get better at getting those slight touches that just go middle without hitting backboard, you'll get so many goals. Like, this guy would not be ready for that. Your touch ends up being okay. It pops so high, though, that it gives them time. When they're out of position, we have tempo. We want to make low passes. Nice, good demo. Nice. Oh my gosh, that's scary. Gary makes huge saves right here. That's crazy. I want to see what you could do differently. I think on your 50, just hit the ball a little bit higher. Like, higher on the ball. So just jump and wait longer before you flip and hit the top half of the ball because you want this to stay grounded. You don't want this to pinch up. You want this to stay grounded. That's going to be better for us on defense right now in this position because we're, like, just sitting ducks. So if you just hit higher on the ball, I think you'll win that 50. You had time here? When you know you're going to be first to the ball like this, like, it's fine that you're going fast right here. But now, right now, in this instant, this is when you should slam on your brakes and just let this come down. this guy's already turning around. He's assuming that you're going to boom it already. So if you just call his bluff and you kind of like just slam on your brakes and then you can like catch it, now look at how much you have the whole field to work with. And then you will also probably end up seeing Eli. You could like dribble him and cut it across Eli. Boom, that'd be a huge attack. Or just get on top of your car, go for a power slide cut, go for a flick, anything. But now when you just boom it, we just give them possession. And it's not even a good boom. If you were going to boom it, you need to boom it along the sidewall because we don't want to give them clean possession attacking midfield like this. Luckily, this guy makes the most doo-doo touch of his life and the easiest ball ever. But if that guy just popped it up going at the goal, that'd be so scary for us. And that would have been your fault because you gave him the ball. This is fine. This is all fine. Nice. Good recovery. Again, this is one of those ones where you went for a beat instead of a 50. Just slow down a little bit and just 50 this or try to get a better outplay that you can control it. I don't know if there is a way to get an outplay when you're going that fast on the sidewall. I think you probably have to just get a strong 50 that you can control. That's a really good cut there, though. You maybe should have scored that, but yeah, this is tough. This is, I'm going to leave it completely up to your intuition to know if there's somebody back in goal or not. I would just probably assume that there's somebody in goal, but a good shot, if you got more power on this and like put it top corner, has a chance of going in or force them to make a bad save. But you could also do one more, like you pass it off the sidewall to yourself, you get it here. If you chip this off the back wall to yourself now and go for a double, that's in every time if you hit it. So if you want to push yourself, I think that that's a good idea. Because maybe if you squeeze it top left corner, it's in. But if you put this right half of the goal, he saves it. So, I don't know. A little tough. Get those pads. I mean, you're at full boost, so that's fine. But still going to have it. Because even the rotation you're taking here is just a little bit too close. You want to give yourself a little bit more time. The ball's so far in the corner that the further back you are, the stronger you can cut infield. So if that 50 somehow, like for a pass, if you're back out this way a little bit more, you'll have an easier time cutting in for that. So it won't be as behind you. But now you have to like slam on your brakes awkwardly. So you could have rotated out further. Sometimes I know that like this is the dream setup, right? This touch, this is perfect. This is what Wade made a video about. Because now you can either hit it or you can fake it. Don't do what you did. Don't take a baby touch to try to squeeze it in the net. You either need to go for the full outplay or you need to completely fake. You either need to full boost it that there to hit it hard or you need to not hit it at all. That's the reason they save it. And I know if you hit it hard, you're not going to score it, but it would be a perfect pass. They're all scared. They're all covering backboard. They're all like covering the shot. Literally 2 of them jumped and the other one's facing backwards. If you full boost into this, when you start boosting right here, if you full boost into this now, you hit this off the backboard, it bounces off. Eli has the easiest shot of his life, just with a wide open net. So go for the pass on these dribbles. I know if you want to score it and solo it over 3 people and it'll be a huge pop-off moment, it's just hardly ever going to happen. And if there was like 1, maybe 2 defenders in net, that'd be a little bit different story. You maybe still could have gone for that even though you're last because you just had to beat, but I respect the decision. I like safe play. I love that pop because you're able to play it. You got to get a better 50 than that, though. You can't make this touch here. You have to stay like center ball and jump and hit the top half of the ball and 50 it so that it just dies and rolls out middle because they're both rotating back. So if we get something that comes out middle, our team's going to be there to attack it. And you kind of had that happen. You just can't let this go in the air. You have to keep this on the ground. So you had to 50 on the top half of the ball there. Because like that's why Garrett had to stop. If it was on the ground, Garrett would be shooting that and scoring it. This is fine and dandy. On Eli gets that read. It was huge. Yeah, just take the boost. I'm fine with that. It's perfect. Here's the way I would 50 this. You don't want this ball to go to the corner. You want this ball to stay center field because this is their last defender. If we take this 50, take this guy out of the play because he's 15 with us, and the ball stays in this area, we're going to have people to clean up. Garrett will be there. This guy is rotating wide. That guy might have been there, but it'll be a better chance. So look how you 50 it. You 50 it with the nose of your car pointing. I'm trying to stop it right at the point of contact. So you 50 it with the nose of your car making contact against the nose of his car. That ball is going to pinch hard out that way every time. Because this guy's going to hit it with the nose of his car because he wants it to go to the side. He's not going to side flip into this because he doesn't want to kill it. When you want to kill it, you want to like basically T-bone him. You want, like he's pointing this way. You want your car to be pointing like this. And so he just hits it into the side of your car and your car just kills it. So you want to drive past the ball and then right side flip into it. Rather than you hitting it with the nose of your car because that's going to pinch it out that way. I hope that makes sense. That's a really good try, honestly. You gotta trust yourself a little bit more. You didn't even have to jump as you hit this at all. Just drive into it. You have someone behind you because only Eli's in front of you, so you know G-Man's back. So if you get dunked, it's not the end of the world. Just drive into this without jumping at all, and that'll pop it up. And then do something. You didn't have to play this like this. It's in the corner. We can play slow. We don't have to push our advantage. I don't even know who got demoed. Right there. I don't know what that was. But literally just sit front post, to be honest. Or like I would see this. I wouldn't be boosting right now because Eli, if Eli were a little bit better, he'd be possessing it. So give him a chance to try to possess it. He honestly might be able to 50 that guy. And so if you just let Eli go again and play the dunk and you're sitting over here, then honestly you could probably take this, to be honest. If you just let Eli do that, then you could take this ball and you have it. So just play a little bit more patient there. We don't need a double commit like that. Oh, Garrett almost scored that. Way to be there for the pass, though. Be really careful about being too aggressive here. Like, honestly, Garrett's already there. I probably would have just bailed. You only have 12 boost. Garrett's there. You're just not going to be able to get there in time. And the flip is maybe okay. I would probably just, for the sake of making it easier for your teammate behind you, once I see that I don't have the shot opportunity and Garrett's still there, I'd rotate through, maybe go for a bump and rotate around this way to let Eli know that you're getting out and he can make his play. Because now he's so awkward and you don't have a good angle on that ball. Where if you were getting out and he knew you were behind him, Eli would be able to make a confident challenge on this ball. But now he had to fade away, and now they're attacking. Where Eli would have been able to take a 50 here, and you would have been cutting across midfield. So you're just a little too aggressive there. Yeah, you don't have to go to goal here. Both teammates are behind you. You have full boost. This guy is going to give away possession. There's a very good chance that Eli is going to boom this across field from where he is. He's pointing at the backboard for who knows why. But if you were pointing towards the ball, and you were over here still, you could maybe even be on the ground. Like if you turn forward rather than to net and you were rotating back this way, then maybe he could pass it to you. And now, even if you didn't, and then the pass didn't come, okay, whatever. And now you're sitting back post much better. You didn't just spend time doing circles in net. That is scary. Garrett should not go for this. He should not go for this whatsoever. He's so awkward. What's he going to do with his ball? He's just going to hit it, and it's going to drop straight down, and he knows you're behind him. He should not have gone. I guess that's why he bailed. But here, this is another time where you have full boost. The play's moving slow. Both our teammates are back. You have time to milk your time as you're getting back as much as possible. If you play fast, this guy flipped. Whenever someone's flipping, especially he's back on going back to defense, he's flipping and not boosting. That means he's probably low on boost. You can come demo this guy and then swing back to back post. You have enough time because both teammates are back. So you just want to get as much value as you can of every second you're on the field. You can't afford to shadow here. G-Man's turning around. You're last technically, but if you slow down, if you can slow the play down at all, as long as this guy like doesn't shoot here or get a threatening pass, but he has no passing options, Garrett is shadowing enough that he should be able to save this. So just hold your position here. Make this guy make a move and try to play it. Because Garrett is able to defend past you. And now we just let them get it for free. We let them completely whiff flick and get away with it. I want to see how you do this again. That's fine. I was going to see if you could have done that without flipping, but let's say okay. Nice. Take the mid boost. You need to cut across now. You need to get out of the play now. So let me go back a little bit. So this is good that you're in the play, you're here. But now you have someone behind you. Eli needs to be able to go for this ball and he needs to be able to do it confidently. You need to swing here. If you swing this way, then you would have been here to cut this off this way as well. And Eli would have been able to challenge more confidently. Good try. Take boost. So this is another one of those situations where you're taking boost and then you're rotating same side. Take boost and swing in and go for a demo. So that way you're rotating across again. So even though you weren't like, because the classic when you go for demo is your first man here, you make your play and then you swing through. You can kind of get back into that scenario by taking boost and then turning in. So even when the ball switches sides, you can get back to that position. And now this is why you bump your teammate, because you're rotating ball side. I mean, granted, Garrett maybe should have gone, but I like that touch because it's very non-committal. I think you got to trust yourself a little bit more on these as well. You didn't have to flip so soon. You could have just jumped off the wall, air rolled your car so that you're facing normally, and then you could like front flip into this off the backboard, even put it on net or something. You just kind of jumped and then waited and then did like a side flip, and it was really awkward, not very controlled. So I challenge you to trust yourself a little bit more to control your car off the wall. That's unfortunate. Nice. Okay, so that's your play. One big thing I think will help you is knowing when you're taking 50s, knowing where you want the ball to end up, and trying to hit the top half of the ball when you want to kill it, hit maybe the lower half of the ball when you want to buy time and put it in the air. Or challenging or 15 with the side of your card rather than the nose of your card if you want to kill it in some situations as well. The other thing was your wall play. There was twice where you just kind of insta flipped off the wall rather than just trusting yourself to control the ball off the wall a little bit more. And there was that one time where we were over in their corner here where you like you side flipped and popped it up rather than getting that touch just back to the middle. That touch will be huge. So those are three things that I think will be really helpful for you to work on.